And I got to tell you, Breck, this one means an awful lot. The family of Captain Chipman is very near and dear to my heart. They're dear friends. And this means an awful lot to them, as well as the entire military community here in Utah.
Well, you mentioned you're going to be there, so you'll be able to share that story with us on Saturday. And of course, for that event, we're looking at the weekend forecast, Veterans Day, hoping like we saw last weekend where we have the sunshine, the warmer temperatures. That's where we're heading. But what we're seeing right now throughout the state, we're under a little bit of a cold spell with that cold front that hit yesterday. Now across St. George, you had some clouds in the overnight hours, a few sprinkles surrounding the area, but through the day, it's been clear, it's been cool, a little breezy, especially near the canyons where we're seeing winds out of the northeast at 14 miles per hour. But winds will definitely be calming in the overnight hours and no issues thereafter as we're going to keep it clear. And we'll be back on a warming trend. It's a slow warming trend. Actually, highs in St. George only reaching the low 60s once again tomorrow. Right now in Salt Lake City, we do have some clouds banked up against the Wasatch Mountains. As we get the flow out of the northwest, we get a lift at the mountains. We're seeing those clouds and even a few isolated showers here over the higher terrain, really not having any effect here throughout the valley floors. But it's going to be a cold evening as we're expecting to see conditions clear out and temperatures quickly drop. Now I want to talk about something getting ready for the weekend. Yes, we need to be focusing on Thanksgiving, but we know not too far off the distance, we're looking at the holiday season. We need to hang those Christmas lights and finding the opportunity for weather to cooperate, where I think for this weekend, you might want to put this on your plans because we're going to be looking at no issues with storms or precipitation as temperatures will be pleasant. That's what you want to be up on the ladder when you've got temperatures and you don't have to deal with the cold air as we're seeing right now. So maybe wait for a couple of days, but that's definitely something you can be making plans for the weekend. In addition, you might need to wash your car from yesterday's storm with the rain and the snow. It might be dirty. You maybe had an opportunity to already clean it, but if you haven't, looks like we'll be good to go and keeping it clear and clean here for the next several days. Looking outside right now, satellite radar. As we look throughout the state, a few clouds still in place here across eastern Utah, but really the brunt of that storm that hit us yesterday moving over towards Colorado, you can see that snow in place just south of Denver as we're keeping that storm moving off towards the east. A few clouds here again, as I said, banked up against the Wasatch Mountains. Earlier on, we had a few just isolated showers moving along I-80 as you made your way from Colville towards Evanston. That's just not the case anymore as we're clearing out here in the overnight hours. As we'll be looking at high pressure building in. Now we've got another day where we're going to see this cool northerly flow that will keep temperatures suppressed. But then with high pressure building in, the flow will turn out of the southwest. That'll allow that warmer air to come through. And yeah, temperatures back on the rise now. Of course, Monday we're in the 70s. Don't see 70s in the forecast, but returning back to the 60s here as we look towards next week. But temperatures tonight, it will be very chilly. Many spots, of course, below freezing. Tomorrow, looks like temperatures like today in the 40s here along the Wasatch Front, 50s through central Utah, and low 60s in St. George, where for St. George, it's 60s through the weekend, then 70s Monday and Tuesday. Looks like just a few sprinkles by the middle of next week. Northern Utah, how about 40s to 50s for the weekend? It's 50s and sunny, and then 60s Monday and Tuesday. No big storms and no cold storms over the next 7 days.